I spent 2 years trying to live at 10% body fat. My energy was low, my performance was crap, and I felt like crap. And as a coach, I should have known better, but the fitness industry kept confusing me. My name is Adam. I'm a performance nutritionist who's helped over 200 men get below 20% body fat. And today I'm going to tell you what not many people tell you about getting below 20% body fat. 8 years ago, when I had my fitness studio, I was doing cardio every morning, 3 HIIT sessions a week, like really hard HIIT sessions, along with 4 lifting sessions and some intermittent fasting. I got to 10% and held it for about 6 months, but I tried to hold it for longer. My sleep was broken and my performance in the gym was declining month on month. I just thought it was normal. I was anxious in a way I couldn't account for. I got my testosterone tested because the symptoms were just too consistent to ignore. The number shocked me. 300 nanograms per deciliter. That was the bottom of the normal range, and I was only 30 years old. But that's not the reason it shocked me. The reason it shocked me was because on previous blood tests, my number was significantly higher, and that was consistent. And here's what I hadn't understood. Low testosterone isn't only a problem for like men that are overweight. Extreme leanness causes it too. With too much body fat, the excess tissue starts converting testosterone into estrogen. And too little, with a chronic deficiency or deficit, a high training load on top, and your body reads it as a famine. Then it pretty much shuts down anything non-essential. And unfortunately, reproduction is non-essential in a famine. Your testosterone drops, your thyroid slows, and recovery takes a massive hit. My body couldn't distinguish between deliberate leanness and starvation. All it knew that energy was scarce and the demands were enormous. Then 4 weeks after that, I dropped the morning cardio, pulled the HIIT, and started eating enough to support the training. That was for 4 weeks. My anxiety lifted and sleep sorted itself out along with performance. That completely turned around. I can't remember how long it was. It was like, 6 to 8 weeks later, or maybe even longer. I was sitting around 15 to 16%. And I looked better because I had energy and I was training with actual intensity again. I was getting stronger. Sure, my body fat was up, but everything else felt how it should feel. And that's a line most men never find. And it's the one the fitness industry has no interest in telling you about because there's nothing to sell you on the other side. The target the industry hands you is like 10 to 12%. Visible abs, veins, maybe some veins in your abs. The condition you see most fitness influencers, like top fitness influencers in, and not too far off physique competitors. But what they don't tell you is that for most men over 30, the most significant shift, like hormonally, your health markers, physically, in terms of how you actually feel, this doesn't happen at 10%. It happens when you cross below 20 and settle in the mid-teens. There's enough research on this now. And for men dropping from 40% down to like 15%, testosterone doesn't nudge up. It triples. That's when you'll really notice a difference, when there'll be like night and day. And that's from the bottom of the clinical range to the middle of a healthy one. That's not from TRT, but from losing body fat. Sure, I didn't need to triple mine. I just needed to stop suppressing it, but it did almost triple. And what may surprise you is that lean, healthy, active, like men, genuine testosterone deficiencies are not that common. Around 0.5% of people are affected by it. In men with obesity, like type 2 diabetes, or somewhere between 30 and 50%, it's crazy. Carrying excess fat increases the risk by around 13 times. But the data cuts both ways. Push into very low body fat with aggressive restriction and high training volume, a different set of problems appear. And people have looked into what it takes to actually stay lean year round, like very lean, we're talking. Metabolic rate drops, appetite becomes a persistent distraction, performance drops, and hormonal output follows. That's exactly what I experienced. Your body runs a coordinated response to what it perceives as a resource shortage. It doesn't care if you're doing this deliberately. I had created my own biological problem. It wasn't healthy and it defeats the point. In the mid-teens, like 15% is the sweet spot. That's away from both extremes. Not suppressed by excess fat, not interpreted as a famine. Your testosterone sits in a healthy range. You're generally healthy. Recovery improves. Training produces an adaptation rather than just damage. At 15%, most men have a flat stomach, visible upper abs at least, especially in decent lighting. Arms and shoulders that look like they train. You look like someone who's put in the consistent work. You're in great shape, but you're not stage ready, which is a good thing, trust me. I remember being a week out of my first show. I gave myself a paper cut on my abs. I didn't even think that was possible. But at roughly 15%, you can eat at a restaurant without it being a problem. You can miss a session without it unraveling into anything. Have a drink without doing the mental arithmetic. That may surprise you, but getting from unhealthy to healthy requires a few consistent habits followed most of the time. But getting from healthy to very lean requires you to reorganize your entire life. Every meal needs to be weighed accurately. Restricted social eating, a high training volume, near perfect sleep. You have to obsess over it. I tried that for 2 years. The cost was my testosterone, my sleep, my performance, and a background level of anxiety I'd normalized without realizing it. 15% doesn't ask for any of that. And it gives you more in return than 10% ever did for me. So the rate matters more than most people account for, and almost everyone sets it too aggressively. You want to lose 0.5 to 1% of your body weight per week. That's a range where you can preserve muscle and stay consistent long enough to actually get somewhere. A 20 to 25% deficit, this is more aggressive than some people will tell you because it factors in the margin for error, which is life. It's a deficit you can sustain for months, not one that collapses after 3 weeks and sends you in the opposite direction. And of course, protein is important, 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of your body weight. Because in a deficit, your body uses whatever fuel's available. If you keep protein low, that fuel will become muscle. Sure, you may end up lighter, but not leaner, not the way you want to look. You need to prioritize lifting. There's just no two ways about it. Men who lose fat can end up looking worse, like smaller, softer, almost always with a cardio approach and pure restriction rather than resistance training. Muscle is what makes 15% look like 15%. Without it, you just look like you've been starving yourself or you've been ill. And you need to be straight with yourself about the timeline, because if you're expecting this to happen in 3 months, just pack it in now. It could, but what you really want to do is, if you're 25% now, and if you think you're 25%, you might be closer to 30%, you want to factor in, I would say, at least 4 to, let's say, 9 months. And that's when you do things properly. And I would say even as long as 12 months for some of you. You need to accept that up front. A 2-week stall is irrelevant inside that process. It only feels like failure if you're expecting to be done in 6 weeks or 12 weeks. Remember, I've learned the lessons and done the research so you don't have to. Sure, you can get down to 10% once, but understand you should not settle there. You should settle somewhere around 12 to 15%. Not only is this far easier to maintain, it's also far healthier. And if you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe and watch this one next. I'll see you there.